This is the Jamaica, New York neighborhood, directly opposite, or I should say on the other side of the Cross Island Expressway from Belmont Park. I'm walking on Hempstead Avenue. And soon I'll be making a right turn on 223rd Street. This is 223rd Street. I'm walking to the Queens Village Long Island Railroad train station. Usually I walk on Hempstead Avenue, but today I'm taking another route. This area is entirely 2, 3, and 4 family homes. I don't think there's one house here that's a single family home. Not one. So whoever devised the zoning laws for this area wanted to make the area appear as if it was zoned off for private housing involving single families, and that just is not the case. This is 101st Avenue. I'll make a left now. And the neighborhood seems friendly enough. There's no overt evidence of social dysfunctionality here. There's American flag. But this is 222nd Street. Okay, crossing the street now. Walking north between 22nd Street. At all times, one must be on the lookout for bicycles. New York City is inundated with bicycles. Here's 100th Drive. Okay. And a bicycle can come out from anywhere. There's been a total breakdown of law and order in New York, especially when it comes to street level activities such as bicycle riding. And so bicycles are now operated very aggressively, both for business and recreational purposes. On the sidewalks, in the streets, there's a total breakdown or non-existence of any kind of regulatory authority for the operation of bicycles. Okay, now we're going to make a right turn here. I have to emphasize that although these homes, these buildings look like they're single-family residences, they're not. Now we're going to make a left. See, right now, the goal is to get to Springfield Boulevard. Oh, the sidewalk. And at Springfield Boulevard, make a right turn, and then it's a short walk, a relatively short walk, to the train station. See? Yeah, I can see Springfield Boulevard from here. Now, the ethnicity of this area has probably undergone a transformation during the last few decades. Like every place else in New York City, this neighborhood, and this I am absolutely certain of, was probably 100% all white people once, a long time ago. That is no longer the case. There's been a complete shift of population in terms of ethnicity. I don't think I even need to go into further details on that. I'm sure you understand what I'm alluding to. Of course, it raises a question as to why did that happen and how did it happen? Now the question is, how do populations change like that? I mean, this hasn't happened just in New York City. This has happened around the world. You have major shifts in population based on ethnicity. I find that rather troubling, to be frank with you. I mean, did the people who originally lived in this area move because it was no longer economically viable for them, or there was no economic opportunities for them here anymore, or did they move for other reasons? Here's some two-story attached apartments. Now, it's possible that when these homes were first built, they were actually one-family homes. You had one single family living in these homes. And then they got subdivided to 2-family homes, 3-family homes, 4-family homes. Helicopter. None of this housing looks new. I wouldn't be surprised if some of the houses here, some of the buildings here are over 100 years old. Wouldn't surprise me at all. There was a time where these houses didn't even exist. This whole area was just open field. Maybe swamp. Whatever the case, now we're on Springfield Boulevard. There's a bike person approaching. Okay, as I was saying, the bike person. Oh, bike person made a left. See, this is Springfield Boulevard. See? See, it's unbelievable. It's really shocking. If anybody thinks that this country is not segregated, I invite them to come here. This is segregation with a capital S. You cannot not see it. It is a halal slaughterhouse. It's very interesting. Used to have Jewish slaughterhouses. Now they're Muslim slaughterhouses. Today is July 3rd, 2022. Tomorrow is July 4th, the anniversary of the founding of the United States. While the July 4th holiday is widely celebrated, it has many detractors. Many. I mean that literally, not figuratively. There are people in the United States, Americans, who actually hate the United States. They think the United States is an evil, racist place that should be totally made over in a way that I believe the vast majority of Americans would find troubling and offensive. There's a bus, idle. Okay, well, here's the station. We arrived at the train station now. Okay. So. Okay, the next train going to Manhattan is 26 minutes from now, 6:35, Atlantic Terminal. Okay, here's the elevator that you could take if you don't want to, or you can't walk the steps. Take the elevator, not an inconvenience. See, here's the station, Queens Village. Here's a Veterans Memorial Monument. Names of persons who died to keep us living without fear. Meanwhile, the number one domestic problem in the United States today is violent crime. And this is Jamaica Avenue. This is Jamaica Avenue. There's a pine oak. The name of this park is the Queens Village Veterans Plaza. Okay. Okay. Now crossing the street. And now we're going to go up the steps. Walk up the steps, I should say. Okay, got more steps. You have to remember when now we're at track level. When the Long Island Railroad was built, it was not built to make the station with easy accessibility to stations in mind. That came much later. This station was probably built 90, 100 years ago. The last thing the designers of this station were thinking about 100 years ago, let's say, was how do we make it more accessible? No, all they wanted to do was build the station put in stairways, and they just expect people that they're going to negotiate the stairways. Period. End of discussion. That, of course, is no longer the case. So now, this is Sunday, so the trains run less frequently, but they still operate. Luckily, the Long Island Railroad still provides 24-hour service. However, I would not take that for granted. I wouldn't take any kind of public service for granted, because any public service can be discontinued at any time without notice. So this is it. This is the Queens Village train station. And with that said, this video will be terminated.